I think my first childhood fictional crush was when I was 3 years old and I first saw Uniqua from Backyardigans. Yep, that's right, a Backyardigans character. Don't judge me. I used to have an obvious crush on a certain character from Ninjago. That's right, Lloyd's mom. I bet you thought I was gonna say Nia, didn't you? I actually did like Nia, but only when she was Samurai X. After that, she kind of annoyed me a little bit. I also had a crush on all the goth cartoon characters growing up as a kid, so we're just gonna speedrun them. Raven from Teen Titans, Vanessa from Phineas and Ferb, Marceline the Vampire Queen, and Gwen from Total Drama Island. Don't even get me started on Gwen from Total Drama Island. Now that I think about it, Total Drama Island was kind of like an older kid show for me to be watching at 8 years old. But whatever. Oh, Eclipsa Butterfly from Star vs. the Force of Evil was so cool. She was the coolest character ever. She was mistaken for evil and she had the best spells in the show. Also, her British accent was so cool and the floppy hats, that was sick. Look at this. I actually have Star's spellbook in real life, which is cool. And there's like some page in here about Eclipsa, but yeah, isn't that cool? It's pretty cool, I think. It is. It's cool. I read the whole thing. Look, Glossaric. Okay, anyways, back to the video. From Amphibia, I can always relate to Marcy, especially with her not wanting to separate from her friends, and I kind of feel like my entire personality is like Marcy. I'm kind of weird in a fun way, and I really relate to her character. Similar to Marcy, I forced my friends to play an unhealthy amount of games with me, but instead of Dungeons & Dragons, we play card games like Vanguard and Yu-Gi-Oh! Oh my gosh, speaking of Vanguard, let's get into animes now. One of the earliest animes I watched was Card Fight Vanguard, and boy did I used to have a crush on Asuka. Also, Vanguard was just cool, like Aichi with Qualia was the best thing ever. The first anime I ever watched was when I was 5 and my mom showed me Kenshin. I used to have a crush on Misao because she was just so cool with her little daggers and stuff. I also used to have a crush on Toga with her blood thing, but it's kinda creepy, but I guess it's fine. Now that I'm older, I have a crush on Kana from Oshinoko. I actually had this one professor that looked just like her with dyed hair and everything. The next honorable mention segment isn't for characters who I technically had a crush on, but just characters that I had like an obsessive hyperfiction on. First we have Cat Noir from Miraculous. His quips and everything, they were cool. Also we have Amity from the Owl House. Her character arc was the best. Speaking of the Owl House, the Golden Guard. Oh my god, I have an unhealthy obsession with him. He was just so cool with his magic and his persona. I actually didn't like him as much as Hunter, I just loved him as a bad guy because it's cool. Next up we have Mira from Bakugan. I had a slight crush on her, but she was also just one of those cool characters. I love her Bakugan wield. I have it in real life. I recently started watching The Amazing JoJo Circus, and boy do I tell you, Jax is my favorite character. This poor traumatized little bunny. What he's doing reminds me of brand persona and marketing, which is a persona that helps brands craft to connect with their audience. It also helps communicate the brand's values. Okay, sorry about that. I have to make this video for my marketing class. This might be one of the longest videos on my channel yet, but I really just made this as an excuse to draw all my favorite fictional characters. I have one last crush to forget to mention, and it's the subscribe button, and I have a crush on it. So you should subscribe. I'm sorry, that was really corny, but subscribe, thank you. Also here, more fan art on screen. I almost forgot to do the fan art segment. I love all the fan art, so yeah, more cool fan art. Thank you guys. Bye-bye.